What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Kyrie,
And it's your boy Hemi.
and welcome to What's
What the
the
point?
Point?
It's okay. Keep moving. We're all
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
gonna be that
We
kind of podcast today.
Yeah,
we don't have that today. Earth's just silly.
I'm. It's been a rough couple of days for your boy. I'm just gonna say that. Henry, I'll let you kick it off. Let you go ahead and get started. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, why don't I? Even though I thought you were gonna do it. However, hey everybody, today we are bringing you movie reviews. We're gonna do this one more time because we had such a good time last time. Hopefully, we can get Kyrie in his feelings again.
Mm.
Just a
Why
ball
you
of
have to get me in my
emotions.
feelings again? And first of all, I already had
It's
feelings
funny.
about the Adjustment Bureau. I already got feelings about that anyway.
Okay, so you'll be in your feelings. Good to know. All right, so today we're gonna review.
Here we go.
Last time we did TV shows. Today we're gonna do two movies that we picked. I picked The Adjustment Bureau, and Kyrie picked Only the Strong. We had everyone watch the movie, so everyone could have an opinion. That means producer and production watched it as well in case they needed to chime in. I hope they did. If they didn't, they know they're supposed to stay on mute if they did not do their homework assignment.
No, we watched. No, we watched it.
This is gonna be good.
However,
Whatever.
um, Kyrie, I'll let you decide which movie we go with first.
Okay, so since the last time, I'll let you go first. And you talked about how much you hated Food Wars, which is fine. I'll be honest with y'all. Did I get my feelings? Yes, I did. Okay, so I do have this thing sometimes where when people don't like stuff that I recommend, I feel like they're saying they don't like me. I know that's not true, but you want your friends to like stuff. Um, I do want to talk about the Adjustment Bureau first. I want to get into this first because it wasn't a horrible movie, but it was so cliche. It was ignorant. Like, okay, spoiler warning again for those who have not seen. Oh, these are very old movies. Seriously, very old movies. The
Mine is
Adjustment
not as
Bureau.
old as his. Some
Yeah.
of you probably weren't born when Only the Strong came out.
Yeah, only the show came
Oh,
out in the
wow.
90s. That was a good one. Yes, and it's one of my favorites. But if we are going to start with the
Well,
Adjustment
let me tell
Bureau,
them what the premise of the movie is since we're starting with mine
go right ahead.
before you get in your feelings. So, The Adjustment Bureau is a movie starring Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, and Anthony Mackie. The premise is this man is running for Senate. He ends up meeting this woman in the bathroom. And then you see that there are these men in these hats and suits that are kind of following around, and they say he needs to spill his coffee, and he was supposed to spill his coffee so that he never ran into this woman again. However, they run into each other, and then you end up finding out that the Adjustment Bureau are kind of, I don't know if you would call them God's angels. They never really gave themselves a real title. They said people call them different things. However, they are set in place to make certain things happen, to keep certain people away from each other, to make the timelines that basically the boss, which I'm assuming is God, they never say, has
Okay,
set out for everyone's lives. I'm not done.
I know. But while you are talking, behind the scenes,
Just
T, I forgot to close a window. So I need to close a window. Otherwise, y'all are going to hear someone mowing grass in a few minutes. So, hold on.
That's
Oh,
what
you.
mute is for.
Oh,
Anyway.
you should have
this
just
is this
did
is
it.
the talent we're working with. Really?
The talent
uh,
forgot one window. One window. All righty. I apologize.
So basically, the angels are trying to keep these two people apart. So Matt Damon finds out who they are, and if he tells anybody that he knows who they are, they will erase his mind, and he won't know who he is. And everyone else will just think he's crazy. Um, but the plot is to keep him and Emily Blunt away from each other because
Mhm.
if they're together, they will ruin each other's lives.
Can I talk now? Is that you understand?
Yeah, we can.
Allegedly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes,
First of
allegedly.
all, okay, so here's the thing. It is very formulaic, very rom com. Like this is like a movie that they did contractually. Like I don't think either one of them read the script and was like, oh, I just have to do this movie. The ending was very anticlimactic. Um, like it wasn't bad. It was funny for me. Like I found a lot of the moments that you were supposed to find romantic, I ended up finding them funny because I was reading the movie. You know what I mean? Like the whole premise, I enjoyed. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? The whole little thing about trying to keep people on their paths or stuff like that. But what I did not agree with was the whole thing of them destroying each other's lives. You know what I mean? Like he has to have this hole inside of him, otherwise he's never going to reach the presidency. And this girl, she's enough for him to not want to do that. And I'm just like, for me, that does not make sense. Like I understand having love that can fill gaps and heal. I understand all that. But if you already have a specific purpose and things like that, you know, can could she really derail that much? I mean, you think about it, one choice, one decision can fuck up a lot of different shit. You know what I mean? But for me, it was just like some of the parts were cliche, but what I do want to focus on is the fact that it had a good message, though. Like the parts that I really enjoyed was understanding that we as people do have divine purpose if we look for it. What is that face? What is that face?
I just feel like you're all over the place. You're
I
like,
am
I
all over the place.
hated
I'm
it, I
trying to
loved
gather my
it,
thoughts
but
and
I
remember.
didn't, but I do, but continue, continue.
Like I am all over the place. The movie itself was all over the place. The movie did not have like a coherent thought line. That shit was all over the fucking place.
How was it
And
all
then
over the place? Explain how it was all over the place, because
okay,
I
so
didn't get
first of all, everything that happened through the course of the movie, like they had to cause a fucking car crash to keep him from getting to this girl. Like all these different ripples, as they say, trying to do these different things to keep them from getting to keep him from getting to her. To me, just seemed kind of stupid, But that's just when I was watching it.
Why
That's what
was it stupid though? The purpose was to keep them apart because they were going to ruin
but
each
you had to
other's
put
lives.
somebody else in a car accident and
They
almost
didn't
kill
kill him
somebody
though.
else. It could have, like,
Oh,
seriously, it could not.
do you really think that the higher
I don't
ups?
think they were ever going to kill anyone.
This
But
is a
They
movie.
caused the accident that they knew was a fender bender that wasn't going to kill anyone, but it was going to stop him.
But what about in real life and shit like that happens?
But this is not real life. It's a movie, and they're
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
angels.
mean, I'm just for me. It just
We don't
okay.
know that they're angels.
Like I
Well,
didn't really
they
like. I
they
didn't like.
work
I didn't
for
like that. I didn't
someone
like the whole thing of
above.
going through all that. I didn't like the whole thing of going through all
And even that came up in
that. It
conversation. He
was
said they're not angels. They've been confused as angels, but they're not angels.
Right. And
whatever
so
they are.
I said that in the beginning that they never really say who they are.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I
but
got
um
the message. I got the message that we all
but
have.
I believe in my heart of hearts that you just wanted to hate what I picked because I did
Nah,
not like
I
Food
didn't know.
Wars.
I didn't
In
dislike
my
it.
heart of
I
hearts,
was like
that
he
is
hates
what I
it.
feel.
No, it's not. I didn't dislike it. Like I don't have a giant rant like Supercell. Like Supercell, that was just that one character really pissed me off. But like with this movie, I don't have a whole big rant for it. Like I understand the point and the premise. Also, I watched it Thursday, and then between Thursday to now, you know, a lot of things have happened in my brain. Kind of like it's not as fresh as it was. So I'm also pulling back. Trying to remember. But little things like you know the car accident or what else was? It was some other things that happened. Unfortunately, my memory is not bringing the movie back as much as it was when I first watched it because there's a lot of things that I saw that caught my attention
take notes.
that I did want to speak about. So one thing I do remember that I found interesting was that they were meant to be together in prior times, like you said in the 70s, no, the 70s, 80s, and the 90s.
No,
They were meant to be together.
no, they were together.
No,
Right,
they
so
weren't together.
they
Oh, where?
were like in the
No,
movie.
they weren't together. They were supposed to be together, but things happened that they never actually met.
Oh, okay,
Is
okay,
what they were saying.
okay.
And then they said something occurred in 2005 or
The
something
plan
where
changed.
the
Is
plan
what
completely changed and they weren't supposed to ever meet again.
they never
But they,
explained what happened in
No, that was not
2005
quite what happened.
to make the plan change, though.
well, what
They just
happened?
said that they were supposed to be together, and then in 2005, she was supposed to marry this guy named Adrian and stay with him. But I think that in the movie they were always together. They were
No,
like
she
meant to
wasn't
be
supposed to
together,
marry
but
him in
they kept finding each
2005.
other. Like
She was
that was the
supposed to.
premise. I think I remember, if I remember correctly, in the past.
No, shh. She wasn't supposed to marry him in 2005. She was supposed to
No,
marry
I'm not talking
him.
about 2005. In 2005, yeah, she was supposed to be with the guy Adrian. What I'm saying is, prior to that, they were
No,
together.
Okay,
No,
so
but
this
I'm
is
telling y'all,
that's
now
not
I'm gonna
what
get
happened.
mad. Now I'm gonna get mad because I know what the fuck I saw in that movie. Like they said that prior to 2005, that's why they kept fucking fighting each other because they were actually meant to be together. But
all
in
right. Can I
2005,
dust this
the
off?
plan changed, and
You
they
won't
wanted
let
him to
nobody
be
else
the president,
talk.
and they just had to go somebody else.
Okay, so Herbs, you had your time to talk. Let me somebody else talk.
I ain't even letting people talk, but people keep trying to talk over me. Think I don't know this damn movie. Cause I'm forgetting certain parts. So I'm gonna get in my shit to get this out. Like this is starting to
So
get on my nerves. Like the fuck.
so let me dust off the confusion. So
Please.
what was really going on was that, like Irv said, in previous and kind of what him he said in previous times or previous points where this plan that they had for these two were implemented in the 70s, 80s, and so forth, they were always meant to be together. For whatever reason that was never explained, the chairman is the person what they named the overall boss who creates the plan, decided that they should no longer be together in 2005. He
And none of
decided
that
to
shit was
change the
explained.
plan up and
Hold
make
on,
it
let
so
him
that
finish.
he decided to change the plan up and make it so that she goes off with this person named Adrian, who she was engaged to and was supposed to marry.
Right, and what I was just pointing out, Kyrie. I keep remembering I have to call you Kyrie. What I was pointing out was that she was actually engaged to him after they talked to each other on the bus. Because remember, they slept together. She said, "I broke off the engagement 3 months ago." So she actually was engaged to this man between them talking on the bus and then him seeing her 3 years
Yeah.
later. It
So
wasn't
like you said,
Right.
they brought it.
2005,
They brought it
2000,
back. Like the
right?
guy
But
that's
2005 was not when she was engaged. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
no. In
2005
2005,
didn't
she
So
just
was
change
married
the
to the guy.
plan.
In 2005, she was married to a guy named Adrian. I
No,
think it was
she
the
never
same guy.
got married.
I almost feel like we need to backtrack a little bit and
Yeah, because I know what
re-explain
the hell I
the
watched.
movie premise.
She
I
was
watched the movie
married.
twice. I
She
just
was
watched it on
married in
Saturday
2005
yesterday.
with the dude Adrian,
She
and she
was
was
not.
supposed to
She
stay with
never
Adrian,
got
but got
married.
divorced. And
She
then
never
that's when
got
they ended up finding
married.
each other. They did get. She didn't get married to the dude. She got married to the other guy.
No, she was never married. She got engaged to him. She broke it off, and then they got back
That's
together,
after.
and she was about to get
That's
married.
after. That is after.
No,
No, I'm telling you, it is after. That engagement came in the 3 year period after they didn't see each other on the bus no more. That's when she was engaged and broke it off because she was thinking about him.
Yeah, that
Before
was
that,
part of the conversation.
huh?
You're right. That was part of the conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
no, but
I
he
know that
said she was
I'm not saying I
married
didn't like it. I'm just saying
previously.
like I'm remembering like I know there were points to it that did not make sense to me. But I mean that's not here or there. That's talking about that. But it's like I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you are wrong. Like I'm just like it's okay.
I'm not wrong. And,
Like
and please, I beg of you, just like octopus and peanut butter, I will find the scene in the exact minute and play it over this so that we can prove
this
none of
time
you
you're
are
wrong.
again.
This time
You
you're
are
wrong
wrong
though.
again. She was
No,
never married.
this time you're wrong though because I remember that.
Okay,
'Cause I
when
was
you
like,
find the scene and give it to the producer, and let him overlay it on top of
That's
this.
his job. Let
If
him
you're
find it.
right.
No,
No, because I
no.
found the octopus and peanut butter for him. I had to tell him what
If
episode it was.
if y'all want to make me bring up a scene, y'all gotta get the timestamps.
That timestamp is
So,
towards the end of the movie,
anyway,
like towards the I don't know. But anyway, I know my
It was
thoughts
in
are
the
all over the
middle of
place.
the
So
movie.
first of all, I
Thanks.
understand that. I had so much I wanted to say that like it just
You're
seemed like it
supposed to take
all
notes and
got.
write it down.
I know I should have written some stuff down.
Right,
I know I should have.
We discuss this every
right.
episode.
I know.
I
I
I, I
I
should have
know. I
took
know.
I should have took
I know.
notes.
I didn't. There was. I mean, I was, okay. I get it, but okay. But I did. I did like the message that we all have a purpose, and that I'm saying a lot of times we do things to fuck up our own purpose. Like I did understand that message, and I did resonate with Matt Damon's character in the fact that there was a plan set for him, and a lot of times we don't know what that plan is. So none of us know what the plan is, but he had all these sacrifices and things happen. He lost his whole family essentially over time, and that pushed him to do things like to run for Congress, run for Senate, and the presidency, and things of that nature. But he always self sabotaged and fucked it up in some way. You know what I mean? Whether it was the dropping his pants, I believe it was, or the bar fight, or when she sprained her ankle and it looked like he pretty much hit a guy in a hospital in public. Like the main message I got from him, like the love story part was okay. Like I get it. She she brings out this carefreeness about him that angels and God feel, or the chairman feel that in small doses helps him be a more freer man to achieve the goal that they have set for him. But in large doses, she would make him so carefree he wouldn't care about being any of those things. That I didn't agree with because I'm like, I know people can come into your life and they can affect your thoughts. They can affect you. They can affect how you do things. I believe that. That's very true. But if you have something on you that big and that powerful, you would tell me she makes you not care that much that you wouldn't do it? Like that to me like stuck with me. A person can, and I think that's probably what it was with the movie was that I
But
resonated with the message of the movie, and it I wish it wasn't that way. Like I wish that because he not only did he tell him that if she stays with you, you won't fulfill your destiny of being president, but she's supposed to be this world renowned choreographer, and if she stays with you, then she'll teach 6 year olds. And it's just like that hurt to hear that. Like they both have these great big purposes, but if they stay with each other because of love, they will fuck up their overall grand design. Like that part right there was like really fucked up to me, and I was like, well, damn, you know what I mean? Like so. Now, not to say that the chairman. I hate using that term because it's God. We know it's God. We know it's fucking God. But I get it. The chairman could have brought somebody else into their lives to give them that love. But then why have them have this longing? Why chance have this longing for them to want to be together and have that pain that you can't fucking heal? You know what I mean? Like these are all the thoughts. I know that everything sounds all over the place, so please understand. I get how it sounds, but I'm going off of all the questions that came into my mind while I was watching this movie.
okay,
That's really what it was. A lot of questions, like why? You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
I get it, but okay, go ahead.
I just want to. So some of the things that you're questioning were answered in the movie. So they had a chance in the bathroom, then they met on the bus. But remember, they only met on the bus because the black man fell asleep on a bench and didn't have him spill his coffee. Spilling his coffee was supposed to stop him from ever getting on the
Right,
bus.
Yeah,
right,
Also, it was supposed to stop him from actually finding out who they were while they was brainwashing his best friend.
yeah, yeah.
And then that is what set everything in motion. Because if he had never seen them, they would have never had to explain everything to him and tell him he couldn't see this woman no more, because that is what set him in motion to say, watch this, I'ma find her and I'm sit on this bus for 3 years till I run into this woman.
right. He
But if
rode the
that had not
same
happened,
bus
wait,
for
hold on,
3 years.
wait. If that had not happened, he probably would have forgot about her. But because they put all this on him, he was like, I'm going to find her. It's a reason they don't want me to find this woman. So
Right.
with everything in me, I'm going to find her.
But
But
that's why the,
those things had not, and that's the thing that I think the movie was saying is like these slight things that can happen in life can stop a whole moment of your life from happening. And so that's what a lot of what the worker bees or whatever I call they angels. I don't care what nobody say. Whatever, but that was their job to like make like the car accident. It was like make these cars crash into each other and stop him from getting to the dance studio to see her. They
I think
set
that's
all
what
these things, have this policeman keep asking him questions over and over and over to stop him from seeing her. But because he knew who they were and what they were doing, he was able to see past it where the regular person that had no idea this was happening would have saw the car crash and been like, oh my God, I need to stay here and make sure everyone's okay and blah, blah, blah. But he knew what was happening. So he was able to push past them.
But my thing is, so is Chance a separate entity then? Because if Chance kept putting them together, because remember, they said in the movie that we keep doing this, but Chance keeps putting them back together. I would have enjoyed if they had a character be Chance, like to you know what I'm saying, from Chance's point of view, to argue on behalf of why Chance keeps putting them in these situations. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, is Chance doing this to destroy you? You know what I'm saying? Or is Chance giving you a choice? You understand what I'm saying? But as we as people, we don't. You go with the carnal choice a lot of times, and I
But
think that's what I think that's what it was. This movie resonated with me in that way.
but
I'm
it
going to shut
wasn't
up. Just
chance.
that.
It wasn't chance though. Nugget. I think you're missing what I just said. It wasn't chance that brought them together. So they knew that they would meet in that bathroom, but he was never supposed to see her again.
I'm not
It
talking about the
wasn't.
bathroom. I'm talking
I know.
about.
Let me finish. Let me finish what I was. I'm gonna let you talk in 1 second, Carnage. What I'm saying is, it wasn't chance. It was the black man falling asleep that set this whole thing in motion.
But was
It would.
but couldn't have been Chance to make him fall asleep.
Oh my god.
You're taking
Cole,
this into a whole nother realm
And that's
outside
the
of
point.
the.
This movie
But
gave
we're
us
That's my
supposed
just
to be
that.
talking
no.
This
about.
My
movie
thing is
did
that
that
no
to
one
me.
even has a
I'm
full
just saying.
understanding of this movie and what's happening to even understand what y'all talking about.
what's the understanding? What's the understanding, Cole?
Because he just mentioned the guy falling asleep. We don't even know who he's talking about. Like y'all didn't really set up the movie properly in the first place. Um,
Anthony Mackie plays his like
right.
guardian angel.
Right. We don't even understand Anthony Mackie's character in this. You just named him, and everybody's like, "What we even talked about?" Um.
So
so,
what's the point?
so as let's go back to the beginning because I didn't even talk about the movie at all, or even defend some of what Nugget was saying. Damn, hit my mic. Like you said, we have the congressman who's running for office. And in the midst of his campaign, he goes to the bathroom to conserve himself because he needs to do a speech because he's losing. He runs into Emily Blunt in the bathroom. They have a dialogue. It's weird, it's quirky, but they realize, oh my god, this is
Basic
just so
rom
easy.
com shit.
Right. Yeah, and that was my issue. Like at first, I was like, oh my god, this is cute. This is a rom com. And then all of a sudden, they separate, and then later on, he runs into these people with hats and shit, saying, "Oh, you weren't supposed to meet this person." And then we discovered that hey, he wasn't supposed to meet the Emily Blunt in the bathroom because they weren't supposed to be meant together because her meeting him changes his pathway from becoming the next congressman and later on the presidency and all that kind of stuff, as well as keeping her from becoming this famous dancer, yada yada yada, that they want her to become. Um, the reason this happens because the character Anthony Mackie, I forget his name in the movie now.
Henry.
He's a sort of watcher. He's been watching over this couple, and he's supposed to make sure things happen for them in a particular way. He messed up on his assignment and didn't
He wasn't
intervene.
watching over the couple, just Matt
Right.
Damon.
but he didn't intervene when he was supposed to and stop them from meeting. And so from then on, the agency that he works for is stepping in to keep them from getting together. But because he's just so intrigued and fascinated and it just feels so right, he has to find this woman.
But the thing is,
Um, but
they
my
used
issue with it was, and this is the point of the movie, I think, because it was doing several different things all over the place. It started as a rom com, then it became a sci-fi, then it became trying to give me some kind of life lessons. It was a bit over all over the place. But the point was that I think it was trying to give us is that happiness can be found in more ways than just success. Um, they
but the
were,
thing
and that's what we never got to hear from the character, Emily Blunt's character. She was completely happy just being with him and living their lives together, and that would have made her just fulfilled. Whereas they thought for her, like being successful in this occupation would be it for you. The same with him as a congressman. Whereas he didn't give a fuck about that. He just wanted to find happiness and be with somebody that actually cared for him because he's always been alone and been abandoned all his life. And he finally found someone that was his person that was going to be there for him. So the battle is whether or not success is the way or, just finding my heart. And I think that's the question that is posing to the audience: which one is best for you? Because the execution of it was kind of all over the place. But I think it was trying to give the audience that question: which one would you decide if you were in this kind of situation? Would you fight for love or would you go on and fight for success?
But the ending was anticlimactic for me because if the chairman was going to rewrite their story for them to be together and still have these futures, why the hell can you do that in the first place? Like, I guess
That
what
was
resonated with me was
my
I think what resonated with me was more the emotion because I felt more pain for Matt Damon's character watching this movie because he was a man steeped in pain. He was losing his he was going to lose his candidacy. I think he did lose his candidacy as a matter of fact. And him, they had a brush encounter. They let him meet her. They had a little talk in the bathroom, had a passionate kiss. It inspired him to give this wonderful, amazing speech that kind of helps reset him, you know. And then you take that and keep that from him, like.
No, that was supposed to happen though. They wanted
But what
them
I'm
to
saying
meet
is,
so she would inspire him to give that speech so he would
Yes,
keep
that's why I
fighting
said
to be in the race.
yeah, they were supposed to meet in the bathroom, but then he was never supposed to see her again.
but that's the
Right.
She
point that
was
I'm
supposed
making. Like,
to
right, I
she
get
was
that,
only
but it
inspiring
hurt.
him to run again because he had lost.
That's really, that part.
No, he hadn't
That's what
even
I'm
lost
trying to
yet.
gather my thoughts. That's what it's
No, he
like. It
did
was one of
lost. He was giving
the things that I felt
his
like.
loser speech.
Right, she inspired his losing speech, and that's what made him want to see her again. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was that for me. I think that's what it was. It was the fact of like you allowed him a chance opportunity to meet this wonderful woman, and you try to keep it from him now. Like we want the small dose that she can give you is what we need for you to have to do what we need you to do. Like those are the things like I mean, like so the whole angel thing, the whole channel that got on my nerves. It really did. The whole thing of trying to keep him from her. After a while, it did upset me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. Two things can be true at the same time. He can still get the presidency and get this girl,
Yeah, that was
and
my
then like he just like taking her on this whirlwind of going through all these buildings and running this shit, and she just trusted him. And I think that's more what it is. I resonated with the pain of the want in the movie. Because I really felt for Matt Damon's character, like this dude is just trying here. He doesn't understand it. I don't understand because I don't understand why he don't understand. I'm getting upset. It's stupid. So I guess that's probably more where it was coming from. Like I really resonated with what he was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like lose everything, and then you're trying to you have a purpose. You're trying to have that purpose, but you don't really believe in it, so you kind of fuck it up on the way. Cause that's what he was doing. He was fucking up his shit, and the dude said that shit to him too. The guy that was examining, they told him was like he told him you do this every time. you get to this certain precipice and you always fuck it up. Like,
But that was my thing, though. It didn't seem like that's what he wanted, though. He was just doing what he needed to do in the situations that he was in, but it's not what he actually wanted, and that's what kept bugging me. Like, why are y'all deeming that this is for him when that's not really what he wants for himself?
But I think that that is one of the points that y'all might be missing is that I think the chairman had this path set for him and he was dead set on him getting there and nothing interrupting that. But they had to show him. But the thing is that we have free will. So even if they lead us on the path, we can still make the choice
Right.
to
But that
stray.
was my
And
issue,
they have
though.
to figure out ways to push us back on the path. And I think they felt like his path was to become this great politician. And but he kept screwing it up, but it was already supposed to be written that this is what was
See,
supposed to happen
that's
for him.
the issue I have with it, though, because the alternate path didn't seem like a screw up because there was nothing that was bad or of bad consequence that he would be
No, the man, like
suffering
Nugget
if he
said, the
did
man
the
was
other way.
saying like these little things he did was ruining what they were
yeah, he
pushing
was
him
self
to.
sabotaging himself, and they were
And they
trying
were
to
No,
get
saying
they
him.
like
just said they
they
would
said,
ruin their careers. They didn't say they would just ruin
No, no,
their
no, no,
no,
no,
lives.
not
They
that
just said
part.
their
not,
careers.
Not
not that
that
part.
part.
Not that part. We're
When the
talking
man
about
actually spoke to him, he said, "We tried to get you to do this," and then he was saying something about, and you wanted to pull your pants down in the middle of the bar. You screwed your
right.
chance for this.
The angel was
Then
telling him in the
he was
hospital
like,
what him
"We
is saying right
set
now.
you up
Yeah,
for something else, and you did this and ruined your chance there. You
right.
you have free
Right.
will,
It
and
was
And then
you
his
just
best
all
friend said the
it was
same
all
thing.
chances to be part of politics or some other shit like that. But it's stuff that it didn't say it ruined his life. It just said he
but
wouldn't
it
be able to
ruined his
become
chances for
this or
them.
that. It didn't say he wouldn't
But
become
that's what I'm
anything
saying.
else
Like
of any importance for himself.
they
Right,
already had this path set for him, and they wanted him on it. That was the whole
right.
purpose,
And they
and
were
they were
go ahead.
doing anything they could to keep him on this path that was supposed to be already written for him when he was born, basically.
Now,
And I
This
get
is
the
your
message.
life. Don't, and if you deviate, we're going to push you back in the place where you're supposed to be because this is what the man upstairs had planned for you.
So
And I
wait a
get
minute.
it because, like, we do. Hold on, Cole. I get it because what I'm saying, we do have this thing where it's like, and I get that. That's where the premise kind of really stuck with me and sat in with me.
mm,
It's like spirit, God, whatever, has to guide you in a certain direction. And it's like I keep trying to tell you how you go this way, but you want to go this way. So okay, after a while, I will let you go this way and see what's on the other side of that fence since you want to go that direction.
oh,
And I understand that's also the premise that they were giving. Is like, the, even though we don't believe that it's a design, there's a design to things. I believe it in a certain way.
Okay, so
Nothing happens. Everything happens for a particular reason. You know what I'm saying? So like, I understand the overall thing of free will and how we can fuck up our own good shit with our own free will. Like, I definitely, get that. It was there. Like, the whole romance part of it, I didn't even pay attention to that. I was more like the message and like him running around, like the pain he was going trying to find her, and how everybody was pulling him this way, but he going this way. And I
so
think all of that is what I was just like. That's what was really captivating me or keeping my attention in the movie.
so wait. So okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes, including me, to give your final thoughts on the movie. Starting with you, Hemi. Oh,
you muted.
he was talking. Starting with you, Hemi.
Wait, what's the 2 minutes for? I'm sorry,
Uh,
background
Final
uh,
thoughts.
just final thoughts on the movie. That's
Oh,
all.
final thoughts. Um, did I think it was the best movie in the world? No. I appreciate the message for me. I is can does love and success kind of have to be separate or can they be together? Which do you choose? I also saw a message of just being able to, even though you're set in this path that God has set for you, we still have free will to make mistakes or to correct things we did wrong. And I think that was a big part of the ending was them using their free will to be together. And because they chose to use free will and not keep letting people veer them off the path towards each other, they let the story be rewritten. And it was like, God, I give up already. Y'all can be together. I'm going to just rewrite the story and something else is going to happen for you too. But overall, I like the movie. So I give it a thumbs up, like, over here.
all right. Kyrie.
I enjoyed the movie. I know that all the bouncing around kind of made it seem like I didn't. I enjoyed the message and the premise of the movie. Like I said, I resonated with Matt Damon's character a lot in the terms of having this feeling of having something bigger or wanting to do something bigger or being meant for something bigger and you fuck it up all the time. Like I understand and resonate with that. And to what you were just saying, like that was the thing that I was like, I couldn't verbalize it like that, but that was the thing that frustrated me about the movie. So I was like, fucking love and success can exist in the same place. Like this is she's a great girl, amazing dancer, makes him smile and light up. You mean to tell me he can't have that while he's in the presidency? Like for me, that's what kept coming to my mind. Like that doesn't make sense to me. This woman that you done brought into this man's life, whether by chance or whatever, she it looks good for him. It looks like she would give him something that he really needs. And it was just like I get what you, like that's what I was thinking the same thing. Like the success that he could potentially have, the love from her could be there too. And I'm glad that in the end they did show that, you know what I'm saying, yes, we are all on a particular path, but we have the right to make decisions to what we want to do to fit for who we are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that they made it fit for them to be together because I got the rom com aspect of it. It didn't make me cry, but it did touch the feels. You know what I'm saying? It did. It warmed the heart. It grew three sizes. If you know what I'm saying. So I'm telling you, like, it was decent for me. It was decent for me. Like I'll give it a sideways thumb. Like when I watch it again, probably like if I had like three blunts and somebody else didn't see it, I'd watch it with them so I could talk to them about it. But I wouldn't watch it by myself. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Cole. Shazam.
Uh, um, okay, so I'm kind of split down the middle with it. Uh, it was, it's an enjoyable watch if I shut my mind off, but uh, there were the plot holes that were just kind of getting to me, and the fact that it would start off as one movie and then become something else all of a sudden. It was a little jarring because you find yourself invested in the relationship that you saw unfolding, and then all of a sudden it became this sci-fi fringe type thriller and shit. All of a sudden, and we're running from dudes with hats. I'm like, okay, like, all right, I understand fashion, bad fashion, we should run from and everything, but I was really into this romance, but. I guess that's the only issue. If you can get past, you're not going to get the answers. You get way more questions than you really want when you really want to be invested in the story. Because you find yourself asking why a lot. Like, why are you intervening? Why is this bad? Why is this a bad choice? Why can't they just do this? Why can't they do that? And it's just it takes away from just enjoying the story because you're just asking all these damn questions that you're not getting any answers to. So overall, it was enjoyable. But if you like a over analytic thinking or emotional person, you gotta find yourself kind of annoyed. So if you can turn your brain off and just enjoy what's happening, I say it's a good choice. But if you know you're gonna think about what you're given, it's gonna drive you crazy. Don't go there. So
So are
Okay.
you giving it a thumbs up or down or in the middle?
I'll
In the middle.
I'll give it an abstain.
We're
If it's
abstaining,
coming on
honey.
TV and it's
Okay.
just orange, if it's on TV and it's orange, sure. If you looking out for something to just enjoy, nah,
Okay.
all I can
S-
do.
so my quick synopsis of this movie or whatever. Um, I had to watch it 2 times. I tried to watch it at work. That wasn't happening. Um, I fell asleep on it. I didn't know what to think of the movie or whatever. But when I watched it at home or whatever, I kind of liked it. You know what I'm saying? But
Until he fell asleep again.
yeah, yeah. No, no.
It's a movie you have to definitely pay attention
Yeah,
to.
I
You
fell
can't be
asleep at
distracted.
the end. But I I want to say that every every aspect uh, of what y'all were saying, that's the reason of the movie, to get
I agree.
people to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I give it a thumbs up. A thumbs like
To the side.
Sideways.
yeah,
A little
yeah.
diagonal like
Yeah,
me.
right.
Yeah, not all the way to the middle, but not all the way
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Kyrie's choice.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Les.
give us the overview.
so,
Overview.
so I picked Only the Strong. Now, Only the Strong stars Bartek. It was one of the first movies I saw when I was like in my teens. That I was like, it had a different martial arts style because I grew up loving martial arts. I used to watch
No,
movies with
it
kung fu.
only had capoeira.
Yeah, so it's a different martial arts style.
Oh, okay,
Capoeira is
okay.
a martial arts style.
No, oh, okay. I thought you said it had different martial arts style.
No, it's a different martial
Yeah.
art. Okay.
Okay.
So it's different martial arts style. It's capoeira. If you're not familiar with capoeira, it is a Brazilian-based martial art. If you play Tekken, any version of Tekken that has Eddie Gordo, then you understand that's his fighting style. So I had never seen capoeira or anything like that until I saw this movie. And I remember when I first saw it, I saw the ending first before I saw the whole movie. I was young. I didn't know shit. So when I watched it, I was just in love with the whole movie. Yes, it was one of my gay awakenings because it had some shirtlessness going on, and it was, all right.
Really?
But it's one of them. It's one of them cheesy '80s. I think it's in the '80s, no '90s. One of them
What's
cheesy
the 90s?
'90s.
It was 93.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really?
One of them cheesy '90 action movies. In '93, I was like 13 years old. I think.
No, you
I
can't tell
looked it
me
up.
that
It
was
was
the
93,
90s.
Cole.
Yeah.
Shazam, it was 93.
Maybe it was released in the 90s. You cannot tell me this movie was the 90s.
So
It was the '90s. It was all '90s.
You
I
could
was
tell by their outfits that it was
every
the 90s.
outfit,
So
lingo, everything. It was
You
Oh
could
my
tell
yeah.
from the
God.
outfits it was the 90s.
So the premise of the
um
story, I'm gonna set it up for y'all real quick, is Bartokowski's
Oh,
character Lewis
wow.
was in this high school and graduated, went to the military, Green Beret, came back, and he wanted to try to help out and fix the high school because it's got all of the drugs and the things and all the stuff in the school, and so he gets into a fight on the schoolyard defending this kid from his brother, which is I thought was something that was really stupid. I was getting into some of this shit was dumb as fuck because he's going against people in the and this is literally family. He's a teacher, but anyway. So they see him.
side note, can we give it up for the capoeira kid?
The what?
Really?
It was a knockoff Karate Kid.
What movie was this?
Okay,
This one?
I give you
Yeah.
that.
It was not like the Karate Kid. It was multiple students, not just
No,
one student.
no. Oh, I get
I
that.
get what you're saying though. I see the premise, but okay.
It still had the typical martial arts 80s trope
Oh,
that
right.
Yes,
exists with
it
Karate
did. The
Kid.
montages and all of that. You're right. It did.
Hit me like I was just waiting for my turn.
I know. See, now here's the thing. Hemi loves to rip into my movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. If you don't like it, I don't care. I love it. Like, this movie was great.
It looked like you love to rip into his.
Thank you. And you know what the funny thing is? He liked to rip into mine, and then at the end of the day, he'd be like, "It was good though." But he tries
Because
to
I
find
still get my
horrible
honest
things
opinion.
about
Even if
my
I like it or
stuff.
I don't, I'm still gonna rip into it.
Okay. All right.
But that's
If you
it.
want
Okay.
to finish summarizing real quick.
Yeah.
long story short, it's a whole. Think of like Michelle Pfeiffer's movie. Was it?
No,
It's
it
not
was
like it's
not
not
like
like
that
that,
in
but it's
my
like it was
mind.
like that, but more of a lighter. I don't know. Basically, he tries to clean up the school, clean the neighborhood up, and he takes down this crime boss for his students in the city or whatever. So okay, yeah. All right, go now.
He's either Silver for Karate Kid or
Can
or,
I
or
tap in?
Dan from
Go ahead.
or
Yes. Now
Street
I'll
Fighter.
give it to you. Go ahead.
This movie was yet another unforgettable piece of poo that Kyrie has been. I'm sorry, friend. Listen, I understand that this was a part of your childhood, but sometimes you go back as an adult and look at your childhood movies and say, "What was I thinking?" This movie,
I
the
watched it
martial,
yesterday. Yeah, yeah.
it was like watching WWF. Like you could clearly see
Hey, don't you
the
talk about my
punches were
son.
no. What I'm saying
Yes,
is you could
yes,
like
yes.
clearly see the punches were not landing, the kicks were not landing, but you can hear boom. But and
Like you
then
can.
someone throws themselves, but you see that
Zoom,
like this is
zoom,
the person.
zoom.
The hit is like this far away from their face, and it was just like, what am I watching? And then just the premise of the story was very bootleg Karate Kid. I
All
do
right.
give that to y'all. It was
Yeah.
very,
Okay, I'll give you that. It was.
but he had multiple Karate Kids. But it was very
You
much
have anything with
He
Capoeira.
said he
and
had
it was
multiple Karate Kid.
like the bad guy looked like a old drag queen pimp. Like
A drag
I
queen
was
pimp
like, what
though.
is his accent was the worst.
It was
Like, is
so
that
deep.
how he's
It's so
supposed to
You
be
did. It
Spanish?
was perfect.
I'm like, what
Yes.
is happening right now? Then the capper and the killer for me was how the little white boy died in the room, like went back to
yes.
All
When
right.
he
Oh
got
God.
Look, wait,
I'm like, he
he
could have
went
got
back
out
for
of
a
there.
musical instrument.
He
I'm
could
like,
have got
bro.
out of that room.
The poor lost
And it
white
was
boy
just,
wait,
were
wait.
and then
immature.
they
There
dragged him
was
out.
windows. There
It
was
was just,
ventilation. He could have breathed.
it was
No,
There was
no.
just,
some
So wait,
ventilation.
so wait.
it was
Oh my
so
god.
What did he
hilarious.
go in there and get?
So
A,
He
okay,
a
went back
fishing
to get
pole.
the little.
it was an
No, he went back
instrument.
to get the little
Why,
guitar, the little Capoeira
Okay,
guitar.
it was an instrument
girl?
called I think it's called the berimbau. It's an instrument they use when they're doing capoeira, and he taught them about it.
You
So
couldn't
when they
get
got
another one?
Mr. Kerrigan out of the
Exactly.
classroom, he went back to go get it. And I guess he inhaled too much smoke while going back to go
It
get it.
was
And
so,
it was a short ass distance.
Oh, right, right.
Right.
It was a short ass. So hear me. To your point. When I watched this Friday, yes, all of that. Like when I was younger, oh, okay, I was like, none of that resonated with me. But like now, the crappy way they were doing those, like you could see, you know what
it
I'm
was
saying?
right by him. Yes.
And so like like we said, right, as an adult, in my big 42 years, yes, I can see all of that. But it was still so fun to dive back into. And
Nostalgic.
when I say I like watching crappy movies, this is like an example of a good crappy movie. Like
No,
the movie is
A
bad,
good
but it's
crappy
good.
movie?
no.
It's
Out of the two movies that y'all told me to watch, I like this one.
like it's like with only the strong, like Cole said, this movie, you don't have to really think when you watch this movie. It is just like the other one, it's very cliche, very formulaic. You could just sit down and you can just watch an action movie for about an hour and a half or so. And like, okay, I know none of these stunts are real, but I can laugh at the practical effects. I can enjoy what I'm seeing in the flashiness of what I'm saying he's doing. Like so that, and then like you said, with the boss, his cousin, like you want to war with me, you want to get one.
I could not take him
Wait,
serious at
wait,
all.
Right.
I
wait,
could not
When he
take him
said that, I
serious.
died.
I'm
wait.
like, why are they afraid of him?
Right.
In front of the cops though.
Loud as
Right.
shit. He was like,
Although he looked like his cologne
he
stank.
literally
Right.
they did, dog. Like
But
there was
wait,
so
can
many
we
things.
talk about the school though?
Like, Kimmy, I want you to get your thoughts in because there were so many things to pick apart that you are right. It's so cheesy, but it was so nostalgically good.
What you say,
So
Cole?
can we talk about this school? Like, remember what was that damn movie with Coolio?
Yeah, the Michelle Pfeiffer's movie.
Right,
Criminal Minds is something.
uh, it been spend the most our lives living
right.
in a gangster
Right, but
Dangerous
paradise.
what's the name of
Minds.
the
Yeah,
movie?
Dangerous
dangerous
Minds. So
mind.
remember the school of
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds? So this school looked like it was an abandoned building. For what? I ain't never seen this much graffiti on a building here that
Wait,
was abandoned in Detroit.
Oh no,
wait. The bathrooms had like mirrors that wasn't on the wall. Like,
Right.
like
Right.
Like there's no school in
It was so
history
they
that was
could
this
break it
bad.
during a scene.
yes, yes.
They had chains on
So
the. They had gates on the damn walls that just had no doors for no reason. They had police in there, but you could just walk in through any place you wanted to. The windows were missing. People were carrying weapons regardless.
Right.
And then the other thing that fucked me up, they did a field trip
oh
on the
God.
weekend
Oh
that
God.
they spent overnight with white
The-
kids, even
Three
that no one
two
called about, asked about
2 or
for
3 days,
days.
like a high school trip. Like
Dancing on the beach.
On the beach,
I want to get.
right?
Okay, I want to get Hemi's. I want to get your opinion on the female teacher, the English teacher. Like it gave very big, like I don't want to say horror vibes, but it gave horror vibes because when he got there, she was all like "fuck you, Lewis," and then halfway through the movie, she should show up and stay outside of his
Right.
house.
Then they did a flip and now I want you to do it to me. I was
Right. Then they
listen.
fucking on the floor.
Please give me your take on that
Like,
because
weren't you
that's
in a
what
whole ass
irked my nerve.
relationship
Please
before?
give me that.
Yeah, they were in a relation. They dated or something when they were in high school. But
Yes.
as a trained
No, I
thespian,
met with the other
it was
guy
very
later. She was in
hard
a
to
relationship.
watch this horribly acted, horribly performed movie. I enjoy a movie where you don't have to think and it's funny, like scary movie or something. It's hilarious. You don't have to think about it. You're just laughing. But this was like, I couldn't stop thinking that the stunts were stupid. The the acting was horrible. It made me think. It made me think how
It made him
horrible
think.
everything
But
was
why?
about the
But why did the
movie.
white kid bring the power of hip hop to capoeira?
oh
I'm trying
yeah.
to understand.
Thank you. When I watched that shit, I'm like, why is the white boy hip hopping up? Like,
Oh
like
Because the
wait.
black people couldn't be the star of the movie back then, you guys. So the
but you
Uh,
white
know,
person had
there
to.
was
wait.
one or two black people. Everybody else in
B-
that movie that had lines were his. No, there was one Hispanic actor because Mark
but they
Dacascos is
they
Asian. He's
they
not.
had they
That's the
had
thing.
one black person.
It was
He did get to talk,
two.
the one
It
black
was
guy.
two. The brothers, the older brother and the younger brother. Those are the only two black people that had roles. Were the speaking roles were them, and it was three Latin people with speaking roles. And that's the cousin, the gang boss, and the teacher. Outside of that, because Mark Dacascos is Asian, he's not. I believe so.
Right. That's the shit was
He's not
fucking
Right.
me up.
that.
He's
He's not.
Asian,
Matter of fact,
portraying
you know,
Brazilian.
Iron Chef, the original Iron Chef, the chairman on there. That's his uncle, like his literal biological uncle. That's why he did Iron Chef on Food Network. So Mark Dacascos is not Latin at all, and they cast him in a Latin role.
But they used to do that all the time.
No,
Like
no, they
Oh
do
yeah, that
that.
shit was
They do
schools,
that
they
all the
cast a bunch
time.
Yeah,
of white people
that was
as
called being Lou
it,
Diamond Philippinese.
All right.
okay.
You can be Hispanic, Native.
I do want to point out one other thing. When the teacher
Yes,
went in the room and they was tearing up the school and they hit him over the back, but it knocked him out.
No, no,
I was
no,
like,
no, 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 no. That's when I thought it was this it was this karate weapon. I can't remember the name of the karate weapon, but
it wasn't covered.
it's a it looked like the thing that he went and got. Um I can't remember the name of it, but it looked like a karate weapon, and and when
You
it
know with a
strike,
tonfa?
uh, I don't know, but when it struck him, that could happen. So that's basically why I thought that was a karate weapon. So that's why
I
I
think you do mean a
asked.
tonfa. I think you mean a tonfa, Eric.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I just thought the way he fell out was comical. That's about
the
Maybe
way they
it.
that's
filmed
what
that
it
bust was
was.
comical.
And
Like,
then you had
I
hands
mean,
like
check me
that.
out.
Like how come you didn't fight sooner? Like you...
Yeah, right. Bro, he
And then
was.
they was gonna fight outside of the fucking school.
Wait, what?
They were gonna fight, literally fight outside of the school.
Oh, right. No,
Oh,
right
that reminds me.
until the cops came.
No, remember all the several times we saw them fight and stuff where they had to gang up and the kids fought against the other gang and all that kind of thing.
And they was clapping.
At the
Right, but
very end.
remember no, they was getting their ass whipped and everything. But at the very end, we saw the people like doing their routines and everything. Where were those people at when they needed them to fight earlier? Because them motherfuckers actually knew how to fight. The other ones was getting their
They didn't
butt
get paid to
kicked.
show up
Like,
that day. That's what it was. They didn't
where
get
were
paid.
y'all? Like,
Okay.
dang, we
They
just
was
here.
busy
We just here for the
practicing the
party,
routine they had to do for the
Right.
interview.
right? We just here for
So
the party. Forget all the other
y'all
stuff.
wanna we're gonna move on to final thoughts because I know we're coming up on an hour already. Good lord.
That's
So
yeah.
Hammy, kick us off with the final thoughts for Only the Strong, the good cheesiness of it all, the good '90s action of it all.
Um,
That's all I
Baby,
have to
that says it
say.
all for me.
uh, I would give it a hard thumbs down. If I never see it again, it's okay. It was it was very a very nostalgic '90s movie. Like I could see
Yeah,
probably in the '90s that I might have enjoyed that
yeah, yeah.
a young teenager. I
Couldn't get
probably
that
would
out
have
the
liked,
fucking.
but as a 45-year-old man in 2024, I'm like,
That
if you
has
ever
seen better
watch
movies.
this again,
Yeah.
so that's it. That's mine.
I'm gonna give
um,
it a thumbs up, obviously, because that it's a part of my core childhood, and this movie kind of set the tone for me. Like, I loved martial arts because of my uncle and watching old kung fu, like Furious Five and not Furious Five, Five Deadly Venoms. Excuse me, Five Deadly Venoms. So yeah, I give it a thumbs up. It's cheesy, it's crappy, it's a good watch if you just want just to laugh at something good. It's a good watch with some fairly okay action.
all right, Shazam.
You still can't tell me this movie was made after '87. Uh, if it came on TV and you just happen to just be sitting there, sure, I would never seek out this movie ever in my life. Yeah, just only the strong could watch this and enjoy
Excellent, excellent. I love it. I love
it. So, yeah, I don't even have fingers for this one. I don't.
Well, um, so I like the movie. In its cheesiness or whatever, because clearly it was that. But I like the movie. It put me in the realms of the Karate Kid. I like martial arts movies too. So the fact that it was a martial arts movie, I was like, oh, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Before I watched it, but um, I can I can only watch it like maybe two more times. One, and I was like, I good. I'm good. But I'll give it the same thumbs diagonal that that I
Oh,
gave the
man.
first one.
Oh, okay. Well, this has been very informative hour we spent together. And I just want to thank y'all for watching today. Um, remember, you can hear our podcast, What's the Point, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on Spotify and anywhere else you can hear a podcast.
And you can catch our videos every Friday morning at What's the Point Pod on YouTube. We drop them every Friday, y'all.
What time?
11 a.m.
There it is.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much again. Emmy, this is fun. Emmy, look, I know I don't care if we don't agree on all these damn movies. This is fun just talking about these shits. Like this is really good. Like I really enjoy this. And you're gonna like one of these damn movies. You're gonna like one of them. Matter of fact. We should watch Boondock Saints. Because I know you would like that. Boondock Saints is really good.
Ooh.
Well, I saw who was in it, so I think that I might like that. When I didn't know anybody, but that man who I knew was in cheesy martial arts movies, I knew what I was in for. But we gotta go, y'all. Okay.
All right, y'all. It's been great. Thank you. See you
Stay
later. And Emmy, as
classy.
always,
Stay
you'll
classy.